Hello, everybody. All right, I apologize. I had to take today off for being sick, but we're gonna get right to it. All right, so today, hopefully you guys have already watched or listened to the Chapter 10 Hidden Figures video, but let's look into our modules. If you haven't already, it asks that the first thing you do is the morning meeting slide, and I wanted to do this because, I want to get you guys communicating and to keep that up. And then we'll talk about this when I get back tomorrow. So that's the first thing I want you to do is the morning meeting slide. The second thing you're supposed to do is listen to Hidden Figures. And now we are at our Google slide for this session. What I want to teach you today, guys, is that as writers, so we're going to continue our research, but as writers, we construct the text not with airy words, but with solid bricks of information. We use quotations, facts, anecdotes, numbers. The writer submits bricks of information together with ideas and transitions. And to practice this, what I want you guys to do is to click on this link in your slide, and it's going to take us to Malala the Powerful. It's a PDF. And you guys are going to read this article on Malala and take a look at, my thing is frozen. Everything the author, Kristen Lewis, uses for her bricks of information. So what is she doing here? So let's scroll all the way down. Looking at the structure, looking at, we have questions here, we have facts over here, we have pictures, charts. Okay, so you're going to do that in class. And to do that, guys, I want you to go to your Padlet that you guys have created for your coalition groups. Or not your Padlet, I'm sorry. I want you to go to your Jamboard that you guys have created for your coalition groups. And you're going to take those notes on the things that you notice in that article. And each of you is going to contribute. And I don't care if you have 4 of the same thing. I want to see everybody on that page writing down things that they notice. And then what that does is that gives you another blueprint for the things you need to add to your informational writing. So remember, we're writing those chapter books. You've already hopefully written a chapter on teen activism or your teen activist, and now you're researching and writing on your coalition groups. So if I click next, right here, it's going to take you to the assignment page. And so here I kind of explained what you're doing. There's another link to that PDF. And so now we're right here. Now you're in your coalition groups, Jamboard, create a page where you and your group members will be adding the list of kinds of information you saw or read in the article. It's okay if you have multiple items. Once you are done reading the article and adding to your group's list page in Jamboard of the kinds of information you noticed, go back, reread a chapter you've drafted. As you are reading, annotated with marginal notes whenever you see yourself including. So let's pretend this is your draft. Right here, this is my example to you. And what I mean by annotate in the margin is here I've looked at a draft that I've already written, and I'm going to pretend now I'm trying to mimic the article on Malala I just read. So I'm going to put a quote here. I think that would be helpful. Now down here, I'm going to add a definition. Over here, we have another example of a story. Here are a picture would do well, and et cetera, et cetera. So I want to be able to see that tomorrow on one of the drafts you have written. And then if you have time, I want you to go and research the definitions, the drafts, the quotes from Malala. Everything that you say you want to put in here, go find that and sticky note it on your draft so that for homework or for tomorrow or when we're putting our chapter books together, you will be able to put that all together and you'll have that information. Let's see down here. So if you haven't already done your table of contents, this is again important because that's going to lead you into that trail of research for you all to know where you're headed. with your research. And let me just double check modules. So just kind of a recap, you have your morning meeting, hidden figures. This is kind of the overview of the lesson. And then you're going to read the article. And then you're going to put the notes on Jamboard of the things you notice. And here's an example of some of the things that I noticed in the article. And then I want to see you pick a draft that you've written and tell me where in the draft you're going to add some of these things that you saw in the article. If you have done all of that, remember you should have 4 or more chapters. You're still researching, you're still adding to that Jamboard, or you're adding to that Padlet. And then now we're over here. You're building a logical structure so the progression from one part of the next makes sense, and you're writing with a variety of specific concrete information, and also, let's not forget our transition words, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So that's it for today. So hopefully I'm going to see you guys get into that morning meeting page. I'm going to watch your Jamboards go crazy. So if you're behind it and didn't do Friday's work, make sure you go back and you should share that Jamboard with me so I'm able to watch that. And if you have any questions, here's the Friday work if you missed that. You guys can email me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.